In 1929, Alfred Neff and Alfred Gonzenbach founded Valley Queen Cheese in Millbank, South Dakota. Today, their families continue to operate the company as a privately held enterprise, committed to growth and development in the state. The Neff and Gonzenbach families' unwavering commitment to innovation and willingness to take calculated risk has spurred South Dakota's dairy industry into a world-class destination for operators, one that many other states aspire to emulate. The commitment the Neff and Gonzenbach families have made to South Dakota for the past 90 years has paved the way for a thriving dairy industry. I am pleased to announce the 2023 Governor's Ag Ambassador Award recipients are the Neff and Gonzenbach families.
Earlier this year, Governor Noem highlighted Valley Queen's ongoing success in her 2023 State of the State address.
Valley Queen and Millbank broke ground this year on a $200 million expansion that will create an additional 140 jobs for that community. South Dakota's total milk production has risen 11% in the last year. That's going to continue to increase once this facility is completed.
Well, I came to South Dakota State in the Dairy Science Department as assistant professor back in 1986. And I came here for a reason, because of the Dairy Science Department. And then not very late after that, it was very shortly after I came here, I met both Max Gonzenbach and Rudy Neff, from Valley Queen Cheese. And they were the leaders in the dairy industry, in the cheese industry here in this state. And we have very good relationships as a department. In our industry, and it was really very exciting for me. I was a new faculty member, and they just welcomed me as not just as a new faculty member in dairy, but as somebody new in the dairy industry. And ever since that day, it's just been a solid friendship. Number one, they are the leaders in the cheese industry. And then you go around the country and you talk about Valley Queen cheese. People know what Valley Queen is. They have grown the dairy industry, and as a result of that dairy industry, it's agriculture overall that has benefited from the growth of Valley Queen. Because Valley Queen cheese, of course, when they make cheese, they're buying milk from dairy producers. And so they're supporting dairy producers, and they're supporting the agriculture that goes behind producing milk. And so it's not just about cheese, the cheese industry, and they've got some other products that they make too, but it's about agriculture overall. So I've talked to Max and Rudy many times, and it's very interesting. They're talking about cheese, but they're talking about agriculture. They're not just interested in the manufacture of cheese, but they're interested also in the dairy farmers and helping them along in their work, in their milk production business.
We got a plan to build a dairy, and so we started. So I started going to processors, interviewing processors, trying to figure out where we're going to send our milk. And somebody brought up the Valley Queen in Millbank, which I didn't know anything about, and so I reached out and we got together and had a meeting, and we instantly connected. We had, our family was from Switzerland and their family was from Switzerland, and I had me and my father with, and there was an instant connection. I always look at them that they believed in staying, because there was a lot of transformation happened, so they're very proactive about, they understood the farm level. I felt like they understood us as dairymen, and they understood how we needed each other. We needed to really work together as a plant and as dairy producers to make it work. I just look at, they are like South Dakota. You can just tell. South Dakota is their state, and they're always championing it, whether it's South Dakota State or, wherever, they're just always influencing. You always aspire, right? So I think young people, you look at Valley Queen and you look at them, their families and what they've done, and young people can aspire to that and go, how can I make a difference, And they have a lot of longevity there, so that's always inspiring to me. For us, we don't, we're trying to create an infinite company, and I think they have that mindset. They want something that's forever there in Milbank. And I think people see that, and young people can see that. And, that's what we need. We don't need finite. We don't need businesses that come and go. We need businesses that are, keep going.
Over the years, the Neff and Ganzenbach's Valley Queen cheese has undergone multiple expansions. Today, they are a key supporter of the state's northeast corner by providing jobs and generating over $2.4 billion in economic activity for the region.
I first met Max Ganzenbach 45 years ago through the South Dakota State Chamber of Commerce. I was with the telephone company at the time and was recruited to be on the board, and Max was also on the board. And so he and I worked together through the South Dakota Chamber, and that's how I first met Max. And then later on, as I got to know Max and a little bit about Valley Queen, I met Rudy Neff as well. They truly, in my opinion, both personal and professional relationship that I had with them, they never lost sight of the importance of creating success based on hard work and relationship building. And they took an industry that agriculture, dairy, and so on, and they really lifted it up, I think. Without Valley Queen cheese buying the amount of milk that they did and creating the relationship and the atmosphere of come with us, we want to be successful, and with you we can create a team and a culture and an atmosphere. And to know about Valley Queen is really to appreciate the depth of their appreciation for opportunity and to create opportunities for other people that were in the extended family. I think that their appreciation and culture really pushed the commitment to expand the dairy portion, which in turn expanded their opportunity to grow within the manufacturing and distribution.
Right after I got appointed as Secretary of Agriculture, I was wanting to learn all I could about different facets of agriculture, so I made a trip to Milbank and toured the dairy, or the plant there, and got to know Max and Rudy, and was very impressed with the facility that they ran. And I guess what I remember the most is their positive attitude on everything, and it was just contagious. And so every time I got a chance after that, when I could go through Milbank, I'd stop there and visit with Max, Rudy, or Mark Leddy, who was the CEO at that time. One time when we were getting some new dairies when I was still Secretary of Ag, it was hard for new plants to sell their milk. And I remember talking to Mark Leddy and saying, if I'm going to be working hard to get new startup dairies, 2,000 cow dairies in this state, there's got to be somebody to buy the milk. You guys better step up and buy the milk. It wasn't long after that they expanded the plant at Valley Queen, and they could take more milk. And so it's just continued to grow. They're expanding it again right now. And so they're always planning for the future. And it's part of that attitude that the Ganzenbach and Neff families have, of not just for today, but for the long haul. It's not how we can make the most money, it's how we can have a lasting impact for Main Street of Milbank, create jobs for people that live in Milbank, and create a market for the dairymen so they got a place to sell their milk. And that's a commitment that, again, it's hard to quantify, but it's very, very real.
I would like to congratulate the Neff and Ganzenbach family. From our Riverview family, we know each other real well, and we just really appreciate all you've done, and congratulations.
I want to offer my congratulations to the Ganzenbach and Neff families. This award that you're receiving as the Ag Ambassador for 2023 is very well deserved, and I don't know of anybody that is more worthy of receiving the award.
Congratulations, Neff and Ganzenbach families, on being recognized as the 2023 Governor's Ag Ambassador for South Dakota.
I would like to congratulate the Neff and Ganzenbach families for being recognized as 2023 Ag Ambassador for South Dakota.
Congratulations to Valley Queen and to the Neff and the Ganzenbach families for being awarded the 2023 Ag Ambassador Award, and the recipients truly have earned this honor.